Hello FMC, and today we're going to be looking at lasers. We're going to be looking at the different weapons you can put them on, what advantage and disadvantages the laser gives you. As you can see, you can have lasers on pretty much any weapon at all. There's a couple of issues you need to know before running a laser. We'll get right into them, but the first thing we're going to do is show and compare what each weapon is like with or without lasers, just so you can see the comparison fire rates and the groupings. So let's get straight into it. Now, as you can see, one of the weapons I've decided to test is the MP7. This is a fantastic weapon, really high fire rate, quite powerful, and it's because of the fire rate and the bullet spread I thought we'll get the best advantages. So we do the usual, we start close, pull out to a medium range, and we do a short burst at a long range. Now this is without the laser fitted, the crosshair is quite large. Now this is with the laser fitted, you can see the crosshair is much smaller, so we'll get the comparison of the two up right now. And as you can see on the left, that's the MP7 with the laser, and on the right it's the MP7 without the laser. Now as you can see, that's quite a hefty difference. Remember, this is hip fire, so this is running face to face with someone. You don't want to be wasting time aiming down sights because you'll probably get mown down. So let's move on to a shotgun then. Now, in my opinion, shotgun is where you'll see the biggest advantage of using a laser. You'll see why soon. Now, first of all, we're going to do exactly the same thing. This is without a laser. We're going to fire one short, one medium, one long, and we're going to see the type of spread you get. Now, as you can see, that's not awfully bad considering there's no attachments, no laser, anything. Now let's have a look with a laser. Now you can already see that the crosshair is much smaller, much more respectable. You also do get a laser shining directly at the wall. We'll cover that again later on. Now there's your short, medium and large. So let's have a look. And as you can see, that's very, very respectable. Remember, with a shotgun, each one of those pellets does its own amount of damage, and the idea is to get as many of those pellets on your target as possible to inflict the most damage. Now, the pellet damage does wear off over distance, so I know it sounds obvious, but shotguns are extremely effective up close. Now, I know you're dying to see the comparison, so let's have a look. And as you can see on the left, that's the shotgun with the laser, and on the right is the shotgun without the laser. Now, you might think it's better to have a big spread with a shotgun, but actually it's not. It's much better. Remember what I said a minute ago about the pellets? You've got to get as many of those pellets on your target, and it's much better to have a tight grouping, a much tighter shot. And remember, if you have got much tighter grouping, the shotgun is more effective at long range. Anyone what goes out hunting, duck shooting, I know a lot of people in America are going to be watching this, you use a tight choke to push out, and it's pretty much the same principle. Now let's talk about aiming down sights with a shotgun. Now there is a bonus about aiming down sights, as you can see from the footage. Now when you aim down sights and shoot at any range, which I'll show you again, at least one pellet will always hit exactly where your crosshair is. Now it don't matter what range you're at, if you're aiming down sights on your target, you will get at least one pellet. Now remember, with a shotgun, like I said before, the further you push out, the more the damage from that pellet will drop, so you won't be able to kill anyone at long range unless they're already in critical state anyway. This is exactly the same with the laser as well, hip firing. At least one pellet will always hit where the laser is, which is quite a good advantage. So now let's talk about the visibility of the laser and how far the laser actually reaches. A big part of this game is not giving your position away, especially as a defender. It's safe to say that there is a little bit more of an advantage to using lasers with an attacker, as attackers tend to move much faster than defenders anyway. As you can see, as I'm moving further and further back, the laser is still on the wall. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see the laser. Now I'm defending that position and there's an enemy running and he sees a laser wobbling left to right on the wall. He's going to know that there's someone there, and that could be detrimental to you actually surviving that firefight. And that is something to take on board when deciding if you want to fit a laser or not to your weapon. Personally, I don't run with lasers on assault rifles. However, I do run with lasers on shotgun. Like we saw in the footage before, it's purely just because I can get a lot more pellets onto the enemy and improve my chances of winning a firefight. So that being said then, a laser. Is it worth it? Well, this is a really tricky one for me, because on some weapons I'd say yes, it's absolutely worth it, and on some weapons I'd say probably not. However, I've give you the data now, it's up to you to interpret it however you want. I'm hoping it's going to improve some of your games. That's really my only effort in making these videos, giving people information and hoping they can take something and learn something new. Anyway, if you've made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you. If you've got any suggestions or you want me to make any videos about anything else, let me know and I'll get straight on it. And again, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. If you like the video, feel free to leave a like. It does give me motivation to make more videos. If you don't want to miss any videos, don't forget to subscribe. It's really appreciated. And that being said, enjoy sieging.